listening to the Busters podcast. Have fun.
You have to be in a certain mood for you to be able to enjoy that album. And even on the album, out of 13 songs, Olamide co-wrote about 11 songs. Ladies snare and gentlemen snare, I'm your host for today's snare. As always, you know what time it is. They call me Oba, and you're welcome to episode 54 of the Busters podcast. I think you can already guess what I'm going to be saying today because you guys know that I'm an Asake fan, and Asake's album just came out, I think, on Friday last week, and it's been really blowing up everywhere. Everybody's already talking about it. There's been different opinions. Many people are saying that, first of all, I'm going to say what people are saying that I've seen online. Some people are saying that the album that it not really blew their mind, that the Asake just gave us what they were kind of expecting, that it did not really go over their expectations. And some people like me are saying that the album is really good. Normally, I would admit that it's not as I don't know how to put it. I don't want to say it's not great as Mr. Money with the Vibes. I just want to say they are on two different levels. They are not the same thing. You know, Asake back then with Mr. Money with the Vibe is different from Asake right now. The mindset, the kind of place Asake was in when he gave us Mr. Money with the Vibe is different from where he is now. And actually, I saw something on, you guys should know Twice, is a comedian, is a skit maker. He posted something on his IG story. He said that the album is truly a work of art, that everyone else might have a different opinion, but this album shows versatility. It's not the loud type of music that we are used to, and that's what makes it great. And it's even this is what Twice said. He said it's giving rich man and positive vibration vibe. Like, your mind has to be in a certain level to enjoy it to the fullest. It's a brilliant collection, and I agree with him. The way Asake did this stuff is different from the way he did Mr. Money with the Vibe. You know, with Mr. Money with the Vibe, he was trying to prove to us that I'm here and I really know what I'm doing. I want to show you guys what I'm capable of. And with this one, I think it's kind of just flexing on us. And it doesn't make it a bad album. From 1 to, I think there are 13 tracks on the album. From 1 to 13, everything is really, really dope. You guys cannot even deny that. I already have my favorite. I like Sunshine. That Sunshine actually sampled a song. If you say the song is sampled, say it's completely different. I think he took out the chorus. That the sun's gonna shine on everything you do part. He sampled it from one. There's this band. I didn't really know them before. It was when Asake dropped this song that I found out about them. They are called Lighthouse Family or something. You can check them out on IG. They even posted the song. They like it too, and they were big artists before. I think they used to sell out like O2 and all those kind of things before. So I think they are now kind of retired or something like that. But he sampled their song and it's really nice. So Asake's album is really great. I really like it. If you haven't checked out Asake's album, you are living under the rock. And on the same day that Asake dropped his album, Omah Lay dropped the deluxe of his Boy Alone album too. I've only listened to it a couple of times, not as much as I've listened to Asake's album. Here's my opinion on Omah Lay's album. I like the songs. I really enjoy them. All of the songs are well arranged. Let me even read something that someone said about Omah Lay's album. The person said that Omah Lay's album is 10/10 for him. He said the new deluxe, it fits into the original Boy Alone perfectly, and I agree with that. It's well arranged. It's soothing. The guy used his accent to even make a beautiful tune. Those stresses at the end of the last word in a line, a masterpiece. That one is just cap that the guy is talking. But basically what he's trying to say is that the new album, the new songs that I just added, they all fit perfectly into the song. All these new songs, Reason, I don't really know all of the songs. But here's my opinion. I feel like Omah Lay's song, you know, Asake's album now, Asake's songs, anytime you listen to it, it go carry you reach the Omah. But Omah Lay's songs, it requires a kind of mood for you to really enjoy it. You have to be in a certain kind of place to be able to really, really enjoy the uniqueness of the album. I don't know if you guys are getting me. Like, there's a certain mood that you will be in, that you will listen to the song, you will just sit back and be like, this guy, Now me, they follow talk. This song where he writes is talking about me. You get that kind of thing. I feel like that's what Omah Lay's album, that's what makes it special. You have to be in a kind of certain level, certain mood for you to be able to enjoy that album perfectly. You can't just, it's not like, normally people like this Omah Lay's album, they call it Afro depression. Someone even called it Afro grieving. And I agree because everything is sad songs, sad songs. But Asake's song, there's nothing like, there's no moody song. Everything is vibes on vibes. Mr. Money with the vibe. Another review that I got on Asake's album, someone said the album is a perfect work of art. That's what everybody says. The name of the album is work of art. So anytime anybody wants to describe it, they all say it's a perfect work of art, is a clinical work of art. Even Asake said it himself that is a walking poetry, and is a work of art. So the person said he worked more on his versatility and melodic delivery, perfect track arrangement, and that's true. The track arrangement is really nice. And even on the album, out of 13 songs, Olamide co-wrote about 11 songs from the album. That's very mind-blowing. And I think I know the reason to that. It's not like Asake cannot write songs on his own, no, because some people will start carrying another agenda that Asake cannot write on his own. All of the songs, 11 of 13 songs, were co-written by Olamide. And there was an interview that Davido did one time like that, where he was talking about how he linked up with Asake to record that song for his album. What's the name of the song with Asake and Davido self? No Competition. So when Davido wanted to link up with Asake for that song, No Competition, he actually messaged Olamide first. He messaged him first to talk about how he wanted Asake on this song. And Olamide was like, no, wala now, sure. So then he was able to message Asake to link up. And he mentioned something that Asake likes to record when Olamide is there. Like, he would rather record only when Olamide is there. So I feel like that kind of thing, like, when he's recording, Olamide too might have an idea that, because if you look at it very well, Olamide and Asake's style, they kind of sync together. So when Asake is recording, Olamide too might have ideas like, oh, let's do this. And actually, if you're a real Olamide fan and you are listening to Asake's album, even if they didn't tell you that Olamide co-wrote some of the songs, when you listen to some lines, you'll be like, now Olamide write this thing. So I feel like when Asake is recording, Olamide might have ideas and add it. That's why it got to like Olamide co-writing up to 11. I don't even have enough hands to count it. And they are really nice. They are all very, very great songs. And Olamide's album too, he has actually postponed it. Olamide's album was supposed to drop next month, July 12th. But he has postponed it to August 9. And I actually like this decision. Because before, when he was going to drop his album on July 12th, I was like, it's too close to Asake's own. But now that he has kind of postponed it to August 9, it will give Asake's own album more time to breathe. And whenever you listen to Asake's song and you hear that "Tune into the King of Sounds and Blues," just know that it's going to be a banger. And this guy too, Blaze Beats, the guy that used to use Oba in his beats, that that is his tag. That guy too, I feel like Blaze Beats and Magic Sticks, I think those are the two producers that like can work with Asake. I want to know more Asake that, because Asake has not ever worked since he has been signed to YBNL. He has not worked with any other producer apart from Magic Sticks. It's just recently that I started working with Blaze Beats. So I feel like it's those two that I really know how to work with him. This guy to P Prime, he produced a song, Introduction, on Asake's album, and that's like the third producer that Asake has worked with. I am sure that many producers would have been sending him beats. Asake, they would have been sending him beats. So maybe P Prime was able to give him one beat that I really liked. Here's one Easter egg that I want you guys to go and check out for. This Asake song in his new album, Work of Art, the first song in that album, Olorun, you guys should listen. Like, maybe you will use earphone or something that will bring out all the beats. In the beginning, around like 4 seconds, Muslims, when they want to pray, they used to do this call to prayer, Allah Akbar, that long stuff, that call to prayer. Go and listen to that Olorun. Around 4 seconds mark, they started that call to prayer in the song. It's playing silently under the beat. I've not seen many people that have noticed it, but anybody that I tell, when they listen, they also get it. So around 4 seconds mark in Asake's Olorun, listen perfectly. Listen carefully. You will hear that call to prayer in it. And I feel like that thing is not random. it's not a random stuff. It's not like they just put it like, this thing is cool, let's do it. I feel like it's like a creative decision. They did it intentionally because that Olorun is the first song in the album. And you know when Muslims want to pray in the morning, in the night, everything, they do that call to prayer. So I think that thing is like is symbolic. It's like Asake calling people to come and join the I don't know how to put it, but it's not like a random decision. It's a very specific creative decision that they intentionally made. That call to prayer stuff, they intentionally did it. It's not random. You guys should go and listen to it around the 5 seconds mark. Listen carefully. They will start Allah Akbar. I'm not a Muslim, so I don't really know it. I apologize to the Muslims for ruining your stuff. And make it not be like saying only Asake I did talk about for this episode. Before you guys come for me, I've talked about Omah Lay too, and also Victony. I think he's working on a new project. He's dropping a new single actually this Friday, Angelos or something. He's dropping it this Friday. You should look forward to that. And Burna Boy, a few months ago, he was supposed to do a show in Lagos, and that show did not happen due to some things that people were dragging Burna Boy on Twitter. They were dragging him online that he does not respect the Nigerian people, blah, blah, blah. That was even insulting them. No, I think he came late. Yeah, he came late. So that he was even insulting them that if you know, talk say my mama dance for Fela, that thing, I'm sure you guys will remember. So now he was supposed to do a show in Netherlands, I think 3 days ago. He was supposed to do a show, and that show was cancelled. And immediately, Burna Boy went to Instagram to apologize to his fans that I'm sorry, blah blah blah. We'll try to fix a new date, something like that. So this guy Daniel Rega, I'm sure you guys know him, Daniel Rega, he said it on Twitter that Burna quickly apologized to Netherlands fans after failing to show up, but made excuses and insulted Nigerians who criticized him for coming late to his Lagos concert held in January 2023. It goes to show how very little he thinks of Nigerians, his own people that made him famous. I feel like he's right, because that time Burna Boy was insulting everybody, but now because he's outside the country, he's apologizing to them. And that time he was supposed to apologize to Nigerians too, if we are being fair, but he was still insulting the people that went to the show. I'm not going to say much on that. I'm going to let you guys decide if you feel like the Odogu is right or not. But I don't know. I feel like Burna Boy can never be wrong. That's just it. He's too good to be wrong. So let's just forgive him and move on. And finally, before I go, let me give you another Easter egg from Asake. It's not even an Easter egg. It's a very obvious thing that you might have noticed already. You know this song that I dropped a few months ago, Yoga. You know, in the beginning of the song, the intro is like up to 30 seconds long before Asake even starts Yoga. There was this that long stuff. The vibe that we have been bringing from number one, number two, and here's another thing. Let me quickly digress. You know, he had already dropped 230 before, like some weeks ago. He had already dropped 230, Amapiano, and Yoga. He had already dropped those 3 songs from the album. So number 1 song on the album is Olorun. Follow me through this and see if I'm right or I'm just thinking too far. The first song is Olorun. The second song is Awodi from the album, and the third song is 230. I feel like the reason why they put 230 in number 3 is because Olorun, the first song, is a new song that we don't know about. It's nice, but some people might not really catch it very quickly. Awodi too is a new song. That one too is very, very sweet. And then they now put 230 in number 3 because 230 is a song that we're already familiar with. If you listen to Olorun and Awodi that you don't really know yet, by the time you listen to 230, it will put you in a good mood. You already know 230 and you like it. You will sing along, you will vibe. It will put you back in that good mood. And then the next song, I think, is Sunshine. That Sunshine too is nice, but then you might still not like it. Then maybe like 2 tracks later, they put Amapiano. That one too, you like it, you already know it, you will sing along, it will put you in that mood. And then you will now be going along with the rest of the album. I'm sure by the time you have already gotten to that Sunshine, Amapiano, you would have already gotten in the good mood. So that track arrangement is really nice. And like I was saying before, Yoga, the intro is like 30 seconds long before the song even starts, before Asake's vocals starts. They made it such that the second to the last song, Yoga is the last song on the album, number 13. The second to the last song is Great Guy. That song, that's one of my favorites actually. If you are coming from number 1 And you now get to number 13, Yoga, and they now start that long intro before the main song. You would have already gotten lost. The arrangement would not really make sense. So they made it in a way that the intro of that Yoga, the first like 20, 30 seconds, they now made it the end of Great Guy. So it now felt like the intro of Yoga is the ending of Great Guy. So the songs now enter each other. So by the time you enter Yoga, Yoga will start exactly when Asake's vocals start. So you will still be in the good mood. If the way they put the intro of Yoga at the end of Great Guy, you go still think saying the Great Guy you dey hear. So you still do alright. So then you will now get to Yoga and you to put you in that good mood and you will still continue. So I must really comment on that arrangement. It's really perfect. I think Olamide did the A&R and the executive producer for the album. I'm not very sure. I'm just saying. I feel like it will not Omaje. And the promotion for this Asake's album is mad. The strategy, everything is mad. Big kudos to the YBNL team and Empire team. Big shout out to everyone. And if Asake's album can be this mad, can't imagine how Olamide's album could be. Come on. No album in 2 years, bro. It's going to be a madness something, like I always say. So I'm really looking forward to Olamide's Unruly album. Asake's album too. I don't chop am die. I don't hear am die. The song don't occupy number 1 to 13 on Apple Music like this. I think Omah Lay's old song too, Reason, is on number 2 like this. They fight with Asake. Let's see if it will get to number 1. I hope it does to make Omah Lay self enter number 1. That's all for my take on Asake's album. It's really nice. As you can see, you can already tell that I really love the album. I'm a big Asake fan. I'm a big YBNL fan. Omah Lay's album too is really dope. Victony too is dropping a new project. Is dropping one single this Friday, and I think it will drop an album after that. And as things they go, I go to update you. And say as they update you about my exams, I will finish my exams this week. Thank God. And from next week, everything else will go back to normal. And there's even a big announcement that I should tell you guys about. But I'll just give you a little tip. The management of this podcast, there's a lot of work that has to be done to make it big, to make it successful. So I felt like I could not do it alone. So I've been trying to get some people to support me as a team so that we can be doing things together. Shout out to all my friends. You have heard their voices on the podcast before. All those guys, they're my real SG. They have always been supporting me. If I call them in the middle of the night, say me we can't record, they go show up. So I really appreciate them. I said I was going to give you the tip, and I think I'm actually giving you the full details. Anyways, we have gotten a manager for the podcast that's going to be helping us run things, all the arrangements of the podcast. I'll give you the full details. I think maybe next episode, maybe one episode will feature the manager self. She will also show on the podcast one day. I'm not promising yet, but that's just the gist. We have a manager now, and she's really going to do a great job at making this podcast a big one, and I'm very excited for that journey. So guys, thank you very much for always coming. I really appreciate you guys. I'll see you again next episode. Peace out.